Football is a vicious, dangerous sport. That's why guys only last less than 4 years, because they get hurt, and they get permanently hurt, and they can no longer play. Does that require insurance? You betcha. How large, how many pages is the average contract signed by an NFL player?
You know, you'd like to say that it's simple, it's easy to read, the words are recognizable, that the contracts, they're super difficult.
But how do you communicate with the player to say, okay, here are 143 pages. I've read this. I've gone through it. Here's what the contract states. Here's what you're signing.
I'm a lawyer with 27 years of experience. I've represented professional athletes and assisted college athletes for the better part of my career. It's really hard and really, really difficult. So, you know, it's super important that kids get the best advice, not only from a financial planning standpoint, but as we've been talking about, the decision to stay or go. Once you get drafted in the slot, the leverage and the negotiating in terms of what the team is willing to do in that slot that you got drafted for, you know, those things have generally been removed. So it's not like, you know, my second rounder is any more going to be able to negotiate any unusual perks like it was before, you know, the lockout in 2011 for professional NFL players, and the same thing for baseball. And that player is going to get what the guy got last year plus a little bit more. The difference between the 5th overall pick last year and the 26th pick was $10 million. The difference in that deal in 2010 was $50 million. Things have changed. It's not that big of a disparity. You start talking about somebody staying in school and losing $50 million, or coming out of school and making an additional $50 million in terms of guarantee. These guys in college have to prevent a career-ending injury. And to their credit, the NCAA has put a program of insurance in place for, quote, career permanent ending injuries. And it'll compensate that first, second, or third projected rounder of up to $5 million. Now, you want to look at a contract that's difficult to try and cash in on? It's a permanent career-ending injury. Why? Because medical science has advanced incredibly over the last 10 years. And career permanent ending injury is weasel wording in an insurance contract. And it is super, super difficult to try and collect on. Why do NCAA juniors and seniors and sophomores and Johnny Manziel and the rest of the crew buy them? Because they're cheaper than going out to the private market and buying slot protection. The difference between the two is night and day. I can go out and go to Lloyd's of London and get a college athlete a $10 million policy, and it'll pay him $10 million for a career-ending injury. It'll also protect them if they drop in the draft. It's the slot protection that we're trying to create for these college players, because if it's $10 million over 5 years, that's a lot of hay. This is big-time stuff, and it doesn't matter whether you're playing college hockey, whether you're playing college football, whether you're a projected first 5-rounder in Major League Baseball. I mean, the NCAA program is a terrific investment for a college player. It's better than nothing. How horrible is that, to plan your whole life about signing an NFL contract? You're going to take care of your family. You're going to get out of an underprivileged area. You're finally going to be able to tell your parents, hey, we're going to have a real home of our own, and then you get a career-ending injury and you don't have insurance.